Hello, I'm Badini Ariam. In this video, I'm going to talk about regularity and plan for your bookkeeping tasks. How often should I do my bookkeeping? Most people should do their bookkeeping at least once a week. However, if you are working on your accounting every day, it is more likely to become a habit. If you want to hire a bookkeeper weekly, you can pay for the number of hours needed to finish your work. Then the payment will be an hourly rate that depends on the complexity of your business transactions. Nevertheless, doing the work weekly will keep your work up to date. That is essential for the survival of the business and the growth as well. I do my bookkeeping daily. My accounting tasks takes me between 3 to 5 minutes every single day. I have a morning routine where I process my inbox, Facebook notifications, and then I do my bookkeeping. It is a small, simple task. Having it broken down works well for lots of business owners. Do not allow the work unattended because it becomes too much to handle. To avoid making mistakes, start doing it before it accumulates too much. If not, the work becomes complicated and tends to make too many mistakes. Consequently, it affects the reality of the production of financial statements. Practice, and you have to make mistakes to help you learn over time. You cannot expect yourself to do your bookkeeping once every 6 months and wonder why it is so hard. Because you are not used to doing it, that's why you will feel hard. How long is it going to take me to do my bookkeeping? The general rule of thumb is that more time that elapses between doing a bookkeeping, the longer it is going to take. If you leave it for long, it's not only bookkeeping, it's any work. If you say, for example, writing job, if you are not writing regularly and if you leave it, you will find it at the start. Then when you start, it takes longer than expected. It sounds, but doing it more often helps you stay on top of it. That is a common thing for every job. How do you know how often you should do your bookkeeping? Here are some things to think about. First, what are your patterns with procrastination? It is pointless to ask yourself practical stuff if you are not acknowledging your emotional resistance to money. You can come up with an efficient bookkeeping schedule. However, if you do not work with the psychological reasons you resist and avoid your cash, you will never stick to your perfect plan because you don't want to know your real situation with cash. That is why you are avoiding it. As an entrepreneur of a small business, you take the responsibility of preparing your accounts. In addition, if a growth anticipated shortly, you need to get a freelancer to do your bookkeeping work. If you are expecting a significant amount of improvement in sales, it is advisable to look for a freelance accountant for your business to handle all your accounting functions. What is the job of a bookkeeper? A bookkeeper will record all the business transactions and then pass on to your accountant, where he or she will do the analysis, prepare reports, management accounts, reviews, recommendations, and interpretation of the statements for the non-finance owner of the business. If you decide to do the accounts without an accounting program, then think about whether to use a single entry system or the double entry system. Single entry system used where there are not many transactions and to maintain a register to record your transactions. Remember, whether you have fewer deals or more, you have to be self-employed. Therefore, the records have to keep in the proper order to do your year-end calculations for tax purposes. If you don't have the records in order, you cannot prepare the year-end calculations for tax payments. Then using a double entry system for your business transactions is also not complicated. It is only a matter of 2 entries for one sale. One is debit and the other one entrance is credit, which is the basis of the double entry system. Be honest with yourself, because that will help you figure out what triggers you to procrastinate. You need to get deal with yourself. You need to get real with yourself about your habits around procrastination, money, and reasons for not doing things that relate to money. Are you worried about getting to know about the truth about your situation with your capital? Then you want to ask yourself, how many transactions do I have? If you have lots of transactions, few transactions, you can do your bookkeeping once a month or twice a month. If you have more than 500 transactions, you have to do on a regular basis. Otherwise, it will become overwhelming. What is my tolerance level of bookkeeping? You can sit and do your bookkeeping without checking out or getting overwhelmed. If it is only 10 minutes, then daily accounting is for 2 hours is a breeze. You can do your bookkeeping every 2 to 4 weeks. I hope, as if you are an entrepreneur, if you are planning to set up a business, these tips are good for your bookkeeping tasks, how often you have to do and what to do. It's very important you keep books up to date, especially for the tax calculation purposes, and also for you to know what's the status of your financial status of your business. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you like it. If you like it, please share it as well. Thank you. See you in another one.